Stand by.
Did something happen?
Yeah.
We're not on the air.
Yes.
No, we're on the air.
Okay.
And
It's
now
good to
we're
be on the air.
We're recording.
You know, we need name supers. Like, I want to see that name super come out.
We should have those.
Punch in the lower third.
We wasn't recording.
Yeah, lower third. I was going to say it, but you beat me to it. I know terms too.
Yeah.
But you know them better than I do. Because you have to.
So, what you didn't work today, did you?
I did not. We've had the day off. Good Friday. We're having a good Friday.
Some get Good Friday off, some don't.
That's true. But I've had a good Friday and enjoying a good beer, the Sweetwater 420 IPA. I mean, not 420. That's a different beer.
Dad, you're talking ahead.
Sweetwater IPA.
420 is tomorrow, Sunday.
That's right.
Easter's on 420. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Many people will be celebrating that day.
I bet that only happens once every 30 years.
That's true. Like, you know, this is the time when Jesus was put in he died today, right? Good Friday. Went into the tomb, right? They threw him in the tomb. And then them guards started feeling bad about it, and they came back a couple days later. And they knocked on the thing, and they said,
housekeeping?
No, and you hear,
housekeeping?
Who is it? And he was like, it's Jesus. And he was like, Jesus ain't here.
See, I heard it differently, though. I'm Unitarian. I heard it like the stone rolled open, Jesus came out, saw his shadow, and there was like 6 more weeks of winter.
Well, we don't need any more winter here on the East Coast.
Knocking at my door.
No, we don't need any more in wintertime now.
So that's where that came from.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Speaking of baloney, we got look at here. We got us a PSA into work this week. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Public service announcement?
It's a public service announcement.
What is the message?
It's our good friend Adam Levine.
From the program?
From Maroon 5 and that show on the channel about
NBC,
people
about
that
the
sing.
Talented people.
And you might be diagnosed with the same disease as he.
He says, I had difficulty in high school focusing, and I think now my people notice my ADHD as an adult.
He had acne.
And he had acne.
He did acne.
He had
the
acne
thing. He does the infomercial.
And now he also, on top of the acne thing, he had ADHD. Well, bless his damn heart. He had ADHD and acne? That's terrible.
That's 1 in a billion.
So this is a PSA
Didn't he also say he hated this country?
He hated this country. So he's gonna. He said he's gonna. This is a PSA we're supposed to run that says how much he loves. You know, that kind of stuff, and how much he. I'll tell you what.
What are you doing?
Adam Levine. Number 1.
Did you test this?
Are you using fire?
You don't have
Is this cleared by the
No,
city of High Point?
You had this problem before. You're not supposed to use fire.
No, my parole officer said.
Bananas is not supposed to.
There's not a flag on that paper, is there? Like a printed flag?
No, I hope not.
No, there's no flag. It's just Adam Levine, and I'm burning his face. Look at that, Steve. See what I'm doing to his face?
That paper is surprisingly resistant.
Okay, well, you
wanted
to stop
though,
that?
It
looks like it's not going to light. So
oh no,
look
it's
how hard it
light.
is to
Let's
light.
just show the audience what you did.
You're
to Adam
torching that.
Levine's
It's
face.
barely doing anything.
So I just took this and went right onto his face, and that's probably all we need to see about it.
I want to show that to the crowd.
So Adam Levine, I feel sorry for your acne and your ADHD, but you know what you can do is take a giant leap off of fuck off. In name of Grown Man Record Night, take a giant leap off of fuck off.
Okay.
That's what I say. I don't know.
I can't believe that thing did not catch fire, though.
Yeah.
That's
We're
actually
not going to let
impressive.
him bring us down.
Hell no. Hey, we got Record Store Day tomorrow if you're watching us live here.
If you're not, you're like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Record Store Day. No, I'm a fan. It supports local record stores. They generate a lot of money for that, and I appreciate that. That's a good thing. And all the local record store owners are really amped for it.
I will say, I don't
That's
think
cool.
it's become something I think many don't want it to become.
Absolutely. But I tell you, the cool thing about it is, in addition, because I went through the list and I was like, yeah, okay, there's a few things I could see. But let me tell you something first and foremost, folks. Mikey Bananas don't stand in no damn lines for shit.
Right.
You're lucky if I stand in a porta potty line at a concert, because I'll just piss. I'll go find somewhere and I'll just piss. And I damn sure ain't going to stand in line. If I ain't going to stand in line to piss, I ain't going to stand in line for a damn 7-inch. That'd be a cool 7-inch record to get. No, I'm not standing in line. I like the idea behind Record Store Day. There was a few things on there. There was a couple of Flaming Lips things that were cool. There was a Mudhoney record that was recorded live at the top of the Space Needle. Very cool.
Sun Ra.
And Sun Ra. Very regional, very limited release. I don't think any of our places here super local was going to have the Sun Ra unless they were just pulling the wool over my eyes. That's something I really wanted. Other than that, I'm not going to go stand in line for real. And but I tell you, the cool thing is a lot of the stores, they're doing like their dollar records, 4 for $1, 2 for $1, 3 for $1. Everything else in the store,
because they know you're out there. They want to bring you in.
New and used stuff is between like 15 and 25% off at a lot of stores. That's really cool. That would make me head out, but I don't want to fight crowds.
Are you going out? Jay says he's going.
Jay's going out.
He's probably going to hit the dollar records or 4 for $1.
Jay, you're going to hit the dollar records?
4 for $1.
4 for $1 at CFBG's in Greensboro.
Yeah.
That's where you're headed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, that's cool.
So, good digs to everybody who's headed out.
No, I don't stand in damn lines, man. But I'll tell you what, let's run through a little bit of what we played this evening so far.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave out a couple of things that's actually from my new stack, but we talked about playing the Gospel Family Singers right here. And, everybody loves Gospel Family Singers. That's my family's band.
It was the #1 gospel band in America at one time.
In the United States from 19 to 19.
In
Flat.
Yeah. Guilford County.
Guilford County.
Or was it Montgomery County? Where the hell are we talking?
Flat.
I've been Alabama.
Flat number.
Could be anywhere.
That's a flat number.
Flat number.
Yep. Okay. We played Scandal featuring Patti Smith, The Warrior. Cameraman record. Good stuff. We don't have to hold them all up. We also featured right after that Sonic Youth, The Eternal. Fantastic Sonic Youth. I got this. This is 2009 on Matador Records. Great artwork. Great gatefold. Oh, the whole thing is good. The whole damn thing is good. And, we play that quite a bit here on the program. God, I love Sonic Youth. Jesus Christ. How about we threw a little curveball out. Towns Van Zandt, At My Window. Don't play a lot of the Americana kind of stuff. What a fantastic record. That's on Sugar Hill Records, which is a legendary bluegrass and Americana label. Fantastic record. Dude, for real. Towns Van Zandt is where it's at. You get into some Towns Van Zandt, some Steve Earle. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Makes me want to sip on a little whiskey, talk a little turkey. Woo! Honey hush. We had some of that Appalachian spring water, some of that local. You brought some of that shit back. Mm-hmm. This done got me tore out the frame there, Steve Fever.
Tore out the frame.
I feel like talking about it. Damn it. I just want to talk. I want to spread the gospel about how I'm feeling the spirit here on the Easter weekend. Having extra days off and...
Well, I wore this today because, everybody here on the show is a Reds fan, so, why not
come on
represent...
Easy.
Represent the show with our favorite team.
Okay.
Oh, wait, actually, you're a Cubs fan. The Reds and the Cubs
I ain't got nothing against them.
Reds and the Cubs are playing this weekend.
Yeah.
We've taken the first game. So.
Yeah, it's all right.
But we suck, too, so, we're down there.
That makes it all the better.
We're down there.
That's a much better thing to watch.
Owl the better. Who? Owl the better. Who?
Owl.
Owl the better. Who?
Owl. Keep moving.
Okay. How about a little Chuck Berry, folks? Golden Hits. I picked this up, years and years and years ago. Chuck Berry, probably the reason I play guitar. It's got a lot of classic hits on it. Really enjoy this one. It wasn't the versions of the songs that I really wanted at the time. That's also why the Chuck Berry record was $5 and not $30. Let's be honest. Played a little Frank Zappa. For all you Zappa heads out there, I know there's a lot in the VC. One of my favorites, one of everybody's favorites, Apostrophe. Played side one of Apostrophe, which is seminal for all you goofballs that love music and records, and everybody loves Apostrophe. Getting a little Christy. Steve Fever brought over a little Jesus Christ Superstar. Tell me a little bit about this.
This is probably my favorite. If I were to see like a musical on stage, it would have to be something like this.
That'd be pretty cool, man.
But '73. This is the Broadway cast, and Murray Head actually also.
Murray Head?
Yes.
He's the guy. He's actually in the movie and plays Judas also. He's the best. The best.
Best of the
this
best.
Is the one with
Kickboxer.
Ian Gilliam from Deep Purple.
And his
is
name
Jesus on
actually
this
is Murray.
So
Head.
this one, Murray Head and Ian Gilliam's my favorite. Then
Very
you got
cool.
the guy that was on Broadway and also in the movie, Frank Neely, Ted Neely, is on the movie, and you've
Yeah,
got
this is-
that.
Yeah, this is one cameraman had over here.
This is the one for the movie. This is the soundtrack.
That's the actual
we played,
original soundtrack.
We played Murray Head on
Although
the.
I guess the Broadway would be the original soundtrack, right?
That's the soundtrack from the movie.
Which one's the original? Broadway, right? That was first.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sorry,
It's got to
I
be.
hate to say
That
it.
was
They're both good. They
Probably
got-
Broadway
that was
because
a
it's a
musical
Broadway play.
before it was a
When they shot the
movie.
film,
It's
it's
gotta be.
very much like a play.
Sure. Yeah. Hey, that's cool. Hey, we kept it moving. Played a little. I've been meaning to, dude. Let me tell you this, folks. Internet land, all my friends out there in the zeros and ones. Been meaning to play this record for 3 weeks now. Easily 3
What
weeks.
has kept you?
And damn substance abuse. It affects your memories. And I kept meaning to play this, and I didn't. It's a guilty pleasure that's kind of set up on the shelf for a while. Pat Benatar. Now,
Pat Nevitar.
this is Crimes of Nature, or Pat Nevitar, as Beavis and Butthead would say.
And
The reason
What's so special about that record? What's so special about
this
it?
is what's so special about this record. Now, when I was a little kid, the way I was introduced, what the hell's wrong with this guy on the back here? Show that guy on the back, Jay. So when I was a kid, you know, I started out, I had some records, I had some 45s, but I really started getting into cassette tapes. Really was coming into
Right.
their fruition right as I was getting into like collecting music and stuff. And all the tapes were white. I had a lot of white tapes. But I remember my dad had the one like clear tape. What? And clear tapes were like
clear
the
tapes were cool.
shit. That was the shit.
That was higher quality because they were clear.
Of course it was. So my dad had this clear tape, and it was an MTV compilation. Had the Cars on it. It had, I think Tears for Fears. I'm trying to think of who else was on there. It was like an 83, 84 compilation for MTV. And one of the songs on there was Pat Benatar, Hell is for Children.
Oh,
Now let me tell you, that was my dad's damn jam. That was my dad's jam. So my dad is out. I think we were even pulling a boat at the time. So my dad's a van guy. He
Yeah.
had a big like Dodge van, and he's pulling a boat behind it, and he's cruising down the road. And then on the tape, Pat Benatar, Hell is for Children. Ba, 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 bum, ba, ba,
no,
ba.
wait, it starts a little slower, but there's that moment
Yeah.
where it picks up.
Oh.
Like,
When it goes into the Hell is for hell.
Hell is for children.
When it gets into the shit, my dad goes and takes the F off. And when he does, he gets pulled over.
you were in the car?
I believe either I was in the car and I remember it, or my dad
or he
told
told
the
it so
story
vividly.
that I've just kind of adapted it as my own. Either way, my dad got pulled over because of Hell is for Children, because that was his damn jam.
Because of Pat Nevitar.
Yeah, that's why my dad got a ticket, and he was mad. And usually when my dad got mad, he said, "Damn it." And my dad swore a little bit. He said some shits here and there, never anything too bad. But it was, to me, whenever he used "damn it," was always like, it was really funny. Because it would be like when you're working on the lawnmower and you strip the nut, you know?
Yeah.
You bend the edges. Damn it. And it would make me laugh so much because I knew that was like frustration cuss word. Damn it
He's
was
just not being nasty.
right.
It's like, damn it.
That was the frustration cuss word, which made me laugh even more, which made him hit me even harder. That's real funny, ain't it? 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Grown Man Record Night, where we're not
start
talking
from
about
there.
child abuse.
But that's what that song is about.
Of course it is. Hell is for children. Screw them. We're talking about the Sidewinder Lee Morgan on Blue Note. What? Yeah, this is one of my favorite jazz albums. Haven't pulled it out in a little bit. We had to get a little loud on it. Speaking of getting loud, we got to do the converse when we do some Christian records because I like to keep everything even Steven. That's your name, dude.
Oh yeah.
Even Steven.
Is it really?
Played a Jay record. Jay brought Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. Hold up that gatefold, Jay. Get some. Get some. Oh, man. Dress like a woman. Worship the devil.
Hire a hair designer.
Dress like a woman. Worship the devil. Do something about it.
It's a good record though.
Absolutely. What a
It
fantastic.
sounds a lot better than they look.
Oh, man. That's one of those when you pull it back up and it's like, all right, this has actually kind of withstood the test of time, even though you look ridiculous.
Seriously, they would have got a lot more credit if they did not do that to themselves.
But at the time, that was
Yeah,
that wasn't
sure,
nothing. That wasn't
but-
nothing. That wasn't nothing.
But
And then we followed that up with a little Jerry Reed, Lord Mr. Ford, feeling a little country
Lord.
vibe. Jerry Reed's one of my guitar playing heroes.
He's a picking nut.
Oh
yeah.
Jesus,
Oh, boy.
man! He gives you
He's
that.
the funkiest country picker there.
he'll
ever was.
redefine some stuff.
Yeah, that's country
Funkiest
funk.
country picker there ever was.
Speaking of our Easter celebration this evening,
Or Oster.
we've been hiding eggs, and we've been
Oster
munching
song.
down on things. Speaking of munching, I got a little pickled.
You know,
okra.
I've been looking at those right now. I'm really wanting one.
You want
I
a
had
pickled
very light-
okra?
I had a very light dinner.
I'll tell you what I got here, folks. Got a little.
Pickled. You showed the pickled eggs last week.
That's true. We got a
Thank
little.
God we didn't eat those.
We got a little pickled okra.
Do they bleed when you bite them?
No, sir. It just feels like kissing a woman that's got a mustache.
Oh hell,
Yeah.
it's a pickle.
If you've ever been to South Carolina, in one of the most rural areas of South Carolina, and you go to a little local honky tonk, you get a little party liquor in you. About 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, you end up
Okay.
going home with a woman. When you kiss her, it feels
I will
like this.
say, this is the first time I had pickled okra. It's
Yep.
very good, but I like even more the pickled cauliflower that you had a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if you showed that, but the pickled cauliflower.
Pickled okra is a great beer food. You get a local groceteria, Jay. You get it right at your local damn groceteria.
It's like a pickle, like a pickled cucumber.
Yeah,
It has a weird kind of skin on it.
and it's got little hairs on it,
Yeah, like a hairy little cucumber.
like kissing little hairy-lipped women. We went to school with one that was real. I won't mention her name. I don't want to get. Hey, folks, I ain't here to call anybody
A
else out.
hairy little cucumber. My goodness.
What has my life become, folks? I don't really know where to turn nowadays. You know, here Easter.
It was special.
What?
You had some people ask about. Oh,
No,
A
you had
special?
some people ask about whether Steve Fever was getting a special or
A
not.
special?
A spinoff. Somebody mentioned that. Did you?
Oh, a spinoff.
A spinoff.
now the Boss Man,
I've thought about
Dr.
that.
Deadwax has been in favor of Boss Man getting his own spinoff, getting his own
Oh,
program.
who gets the spinoff first?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Let's have like
Deadwax
a
wants the
reality
Boss Man
show
to have his own
competition
show.
on the spinoff.
I don't know
Well,
what-
you know, he's under contract.
It's a non-compete.
He's got a non-compete. He can't do it.
Now, unless it's like a spinoff like they had.
Do you have a
The
non-compete,
Jeffersons were a spinoff of
All in the family. That's right.
something like that.
We could work
I
something
guess
out.
he's kind of like George Jefferson.
Steve? And the Jetsons were a spinoff of the Flintstones.
Yes, exactly.
Ah,
They were.
okay.
They were.
That's threading the loony needle.
That little alien.
We'll talk about that off. Oh, what, Gazoo?
Gazoo.
Gazoo wasn't in the Jetsons.
But the Gazoo brought it all
He
together.
was in the Jetsons.
No.
He was their
no.
cousin.
He was the guy who.
We'll talk bits off the air.
coordinated the
I don't
rail
want to get into this
transport.
now. I don't want. You're gonna get me
Hey,
wrong.
speaking of outer space, right now we're playing something from the vault. I don't know if you don't have to show the graphic, but
I didn't know
Oh, that's
that.
really good stuff.
it's
Yeah, what is
called.
this?
You want to show the cover? This is really cool.
Yeah.
It's a golden record,
Uh-huh. Oh, the golden label.
golden label, like
Cool.
children's stuff.
Yeah, very cool stuff.
This
I
is
love
called-
children's
But this
records.
one's called the Space Alphabet, and it's really neat because all these songs are about different things about space, hydrogen, helium, and it made me think of They Might Be Giants. They did, this. The sun is a mass of incandescent gas. And
Uh-huh.
so they do a lot of educational stuff now, but this is along those lines, and I kind of wonder if they had not heard this.
I might
and
do some
they
trading
got
on
into
that
what
one
they were
with you, by
doing.
the way.
It's kind of cool. I picked that up.
That's
I
really cool.
immediately
You
threw it
wanna
into the
trade?
vault because
I'll
it
trade
belongs
you.
in the vault.
Absolutely. Hey, speaking of Easter, we weren't speaking of Easter.
We were in an Oster, you mean?
Oster. Speaking of Easter,
toaster.
we got a couple of special graphics from our good friends, our sponsor here of Grown Man Record Night, which everybody knows is Mitchum. Now, Mitchum is the greatest deodorant ever made for a man.
For a man, well, now for a woman as well, they have many different
That's
kinds
right.
of mitchum. They have the kind for women.
That's true. We have and even for little girls.
I don't know if they have children's mitchum because a child. This is too big for a child's underarm.
That's true.
I don't know. We're making them beefy nowadays.
But
McDonald's foods have them
I don't know if even
bigger.
there are deodorants for children.
Since they put the beef flavor in the
Kids
McDonald's
don't
French
stink-
fries, we're
don't
making
stink
bigger.
till you're later.
Since we're putting beef flavoring in McDonald's French fries, we're making bigger
Maybe
children.
you should put beef flavoring in
A beef flavored deodorant. Get
bacon.
out of,
How about bacon flavor?
get out of here.
Bacon underarm deodorant.
Get out of here, Steve. Get
Start
out of here.
sweating. This bacon fills
No, I
the
want you to
room.
get out of here.
Smells good.
Get out of
Oh,
my
that's
house.
awesome.
Get out of my house.
Next up with a tomato on one side and bacon on the other.
Get out of my house.
Oh my God.
Oh Jesus. Okay, so
But we're gonna keep this. We're gonna keep this here now. This is empty. I'm a Mitchum man.
sure,
Have you always
As
been?
are you, right?
absolutely.
Have you always been a Mitchum man? Or
No,
did
I
you
haven't.
convert?
I was switched. Somebody
Switch 'em?
It was. It happened.
Mitchum.
I was.
You switched
It was
'em.
a switch into Mitchum happened to me.
So as you're going out on your Easter egg hunt this weekend, which can be a little bit balmy in your local area, be sure to appropriately equip your children.
Has she picked up eggs and a Mitchum?
Yes. So what you want to do is when you're out in your getting your Easter egg hunt on, you're going to want to make sure your kids are properly equipped with children's Mitchum deodorant.
I think you should throw a Mitchum out there in the yard among the eggs.
Absolutely. It's a good life lesson. Here's some eggs and some money and some food and some things, and also don't stink.
That's what
'Cause
life is all about.
Dudes won't want to do you if you stink. So,
Well, I don't think I would instruct my women. My women.
are you a slave
My
owner, Steve?
children.
How many slaves do you own, Steve?
Well, they will be women one day.
No.
About guys wanting to do you. Okay, let's just stop that.
I want to know how many slaves Steve Fever owns.
I'm shutting the show off.
Because we don't support slavery here on Girl Man Record Night. That's where Mikey Bananas draws a line.
All right, now.
We actively discourage it.
But speaking of crossing the line, when
Where?
we're talking about Easter and Mitchum, man, there's one thing that comes to mind, and there's one man that, if there's ever been a man in the entire world ever that's been a Mitchum man, let's hit it. Who's been a Mitchum man?
Oh, I thought it was Robert Mitchum. I'd say Robert Mitchum was
Mitchum
probably a
on Mitchum.
Mitchum man.
Well,
Well, here's the real deal, right here now.
Do you think they named it after Robert Mitchum?
It could have been named after
Oh,
Robert.
but who's this? Oh wait, this is the man.
JC.
Now is that actually putting some Mitchum under his? Because he hung up there those underarms.
Yeah.
thing is, what would he do?
What would he
Now
do?
if the Roman,
I'll tell you what
if
he
the
would.
Roman soldier rather than stab him in the
They
stomach
put
or
the
heart,
Mitchum on into the
could have
stick.
put the Mitchum on the stick and helped him out for whatever. Come on.
I'll tell this very inappropriate story that's very fast.
Hey, please do. We got to get out of here real quick.
When I was in my band playing days, my band, the 5Ls, we were backstage at a very big show. I don't want to name any names. It's a very big show. And there was a young lady
Have
back
a big shoe for you tonight.
there was a young lady back there that was wearing one of those WWJD bracelets.
Okay.
Okay, so Mikey Bananas, in all his infinite wisdom at the time, said, WWJD, what's that stand for? And she said, what would Jesus do? And I'll tell you what he wouldn't do. He wouldn't hang out with me.
Oh, I wish I could zoom in on you right now.
And that's where the joke ends. Okay, hey, let's take
What?
this opportunity to go... Mitchum. Switch them to Mitchum, folks. That's what you to take away. Let's go to the dig of the week. Let's go to dig of the week. Ain't no time in messing around. Ain't nobody got time for this shit. Damn it, we're talking about a bunch of bullshit. What's that?
You don't want to know. You put it right there.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see, said the blind man and saw. Grabbed his hammer and saw.
Okra.
Is that the bit? We've already done that?
Okra.
Okay.
Are we doing dig of the
I
week?
think you just finished that bit.
Okay.
Are we into the dig?
Yeah.
How
We're
many
in the
more
dig.
songs are on the space alphabet?
Looks like 2.
Okay. So, in this edition of Dig of the Week, we're going to cover some great new records that we picked up this week. Did you bring a bunch of records over here, Steve?
I did. I went nuts. I mean, we hit a place that Jay hit recently that you hipped him to, and we realized, oh, shiza, we haven't been there.
We hadn't been there in a
You
while.
should have told him about it.
And went back.
Yeah,
You know what?
we
It
gotta-
was really cool.
They've redone
before there were certain parts of digging where they didn't understand, and you had to put your arms deep in there, and you couldn't get to things.
Right.
And they remodeled where it's a lot better in there. You can actually dig through all the records.
It's easier picking.
Yeah. But yeah, I picked up about 15, to be honest with you.
I only picked up 7 records.
Yeah, but you did good. I did good. There were a couple. It's like afterwards, I was like, well, these are F. But you know,
I'm trying to get a little more selective.
sometimes I like to hear them and then decide, hey, if I see this again, I'm
they
gonna
have
pick
a
it.
way
I'm
to play
definitely
it
gonna
there?
pick it up.
Sure.
So what?
They have a way to play it there.
No.
Yes, that's the thing. A lot of the ones you get there look fine, look good, and you get them home.
Let me go
pretty
through
poppy.
a handful, and then
Okay.
you can run.
Sure. Let's bust through them.
First of all, this is called Ultimate Beats and Breaks.
Oh, you picked
It's
that
from
up?
'86.
That's like the first
And-
break record ever.
Right.
A lot of people heard about this. I hadn't heard about it. You thought it was kind of a big deal. '86, and what it is it's a lot of songs. It's just a compilation record, but folks would use this from what I could. And I'm just learning about this whole hip hop thing. I'll be honest with you. I'm an old man.
What they would
I
do
like
is they
rock.
had
I
two
like psych rock. I
turntables.
like jazz.
They had 2 turntables. And they would like put beats.
Well, sure, I understand that. I understand that.
Here's the thing. There were all these classic breaks that everybody knew about. But
Sure.
it got to a certain point where it was hard to find
So
these breaks.
This one
and it was
actually,
it
I'll
was
just
a-
tell you what's
That was
on
a
here.
compilation of the great breaks.
Funky President, which is James Brown.
Yep.
Theme from SWAT, which is a really great song.
Oh,
we,
yeah.
We played this in our high school band. When I was Sure. Boom, 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 boom,
Would you
Yeah.
play that?
Yeah. So there's some disco on here too. So
Played sax.
another beat break album I picked up is Soundboy Reggae Beats and Breaks.
Oh, okay.
This one not as good.
How old is that? What
The mix,
year is
the
that?
mixes aren't that great, but what's cool about this one, I plan to borrow myself from these guys, is the cool intros between the songs. And they're all this reggae guy, you know. I don't know what he's saying, but it's really
We're
good
gonna talk
stuff.
about
You know what I-
Pokemon.
You know what I
Exactly.
forgot to do was I was going to make into the mix, which I guess we can do after hours, which would make more sense, is to include a couple of reggae records and a couple of maybe rarer reggae records
Right.
for 420, which is coming up, which is also Easter.
Look at you thinking now.
For our friends that are...
Yeah, we could have covered a lot of ground with 420, which we didn't.
Sure.
But how about Brother Jack McDuff? This is called Magnetic Field.
That was cool, man.
Keyboard player plays the Moog. George Benson's on here playing guitar.
No
That's
shit.
from 1975.
Yeah, man.
Then we got this guy's Mark Johnson. It's called Bass Desires. The reason I picked this one up, it's got Bill Frisell playing bass.
Oh, yeah,
I
man.
believe, and John Schofield playing guitar.
Are we still sure it's not
nice
pronounced,
jazz record.
Moog and Bass?
It's
Nope.
Moog.
And
Wade
Bass?
Marcus, Metamorphosis. Very cool cover, kind of fusiony jazz. And the reason I picked it up, it's also got Lee Ritenour on guitar.
Oh, okay, cool. I was going to say,
He's-
that, I'm
he's
not
first
familiar with
cousin
that
to
at
Moog and
all.
Marcus.
But
And then I picked up a couple of compilation records. We played one before the show. It's got that 66 Disco
Yeah, that-
Teen 66.
that
It's a
compilation.
It's a Columbia
that was good
compilation.
stuff.
That's
Some good.
good
It's got
stuff.
Bob Dylan. It's got a few other. It's great.
I was really
artists on
impressed
it.
with that.
Dave
That was picked
Dave
up at the
Clark
spot?
5. That was from '66, actually.
But from the
Yeah,
other day,
yeah.
yesterday when we picked it.
Here's another from
Very
the
cool.
dig. The cool cover. It's called Pumping Vinyl. This is from '86. Show the other side. It shows kind of a cool cover. It looks like Ohio Players kind of. Everybody's naked.
Yeah.
And they're actually pumping vinyl. It looks like vinyl. They didn't do a good showing that off very well, but you know, it's that's Warner Brothers compilation. And the weird thing about that, you got Michael Franks, Funkadelic, Devo, Jimmy Cliff, Donna Fargo.
Oh, gee.
Among
Donna
other,
Fargo.
among other artists. So
Friend of mine.
It's a weird compilation, but it's to show off Warner Brothers' talent at the time. Is what
For
it's a-
people
it's a
that didn't know at the time,
Well,
I made a
it's-
commercial with Donna Fargo, friend of mine.
good friend of the program. How about
loves
this
me.
one? Cool in the Gang.
Okay.
Yeah, Cool in the Gang, Light of Worlds on Delight Records from, I forget what year it is.
Now, let me tell you the deal with me on this
And
record.
it's, by the way, it's not a live album. It's a studio album.
Really?
Yes. I'm very, very happy.
So this has a track on it called Summer Madness.
Summer Madness. Tell me about Summer Madness.
I have been looking for a long time from Cool in the Gang. And not that it's that expensive or that rare or whatever, but of all the Cool in the Gang shit that I've found, I cannot find a record that's got Summer Madness on it. Summer Madness is the track that's also featured on Rocky when he comes home, the very first Rocky, I think it is. It's got the synth that goes, and it gets like stupid high.
But it's a good, I mean, Kool and the Gang, to me, growing up, I wasn't a big fan of Kool and the Gang. They were kind of poppy. It was Joanna and a lot of those, you know, kind of songs.
There's some shit before
but
that.
you go back with Kool and the Gang,
right.
and it gets really good. It gets really funky.
I saw them 2 years ago.
You saw them live?
They opened for Van Halen.
They opened
Kool
for
and the
Van
Gang
Halen.
opened for Van
They
Halen.
opened for Van Halen.
I remember that.
I do remember that. I thought it was weird. One more, then I'll toss it to you. This one actually caught my eye. The cover caught my eye, really. Gato Barbieri, Phoenix.
Yeah.
And really, really cool. It's jazz, but it's free jazz, kind of. Not crazy free jazz, but it's
interesting.
It's cool. Just a great album.
So what turns you on? Did you just have a feeling about that one?
I get a feeling.
And then you looked it up and kind of got a little taste
and
of it.
I popped it up in iCrates, and there was a sound bite, and I was like, you know what, this is pretty awesome. So
because I don't know if I would.
Internet crates?
let's talk to you about.
I don't know if
some
I
of
would
the
have
stuff
stopped
you
on that.
Oh,
you know,
come on.
But
Gato Barbieri. I thought the guy's name was Phoenix, and the album was Gato Barbieri because you know Gato is cat, but his name is Gato Barbieri.
yeah, hey, we'll start my particular portion of Dig of the Week with a little VLCT, a little Vinyl Community Love Train. And this came from right down the street from old Steve Fever. This is my old, this is my Easter present. I got it out in my old Easter basket. Steve picked this up for me this week at a Goodwill.
I was at a Goodwill, I saw it, and I thought, you know, it is in such good shape. I was like, you see Renaissance records from time to time at Goodwill.
Renaissance, and you tell me the name.
Scheherazade.
Scheherazade.
The story of Scheherazade. She was a slave who, you know, was
Look at that art on
given
the front,
to
man.
the.
I love Renaissance style art.
Yeah, this is a great Renaissance, and it has a very Renaissance. The band Renaissance has a lead singer who's a woman.
Yeah,
and she's very. Very lyrical.
Yeah,
it's great. It's great music. It's put on certain days. I wouldn't put it on when you try to get all fired up.
You know, it's funny because yesterday, since we had Good Friday off, last night was also a little informal record night. So we got a little crazy here in the house, and I got a little carried away, probably maybe.
Got a little headache in the morning.
A little headache in the morning.
Okay.
But we listened to a little Renaissance. That's a good record, man.
Yeah.
We just played the
Did
first
you hear
side.
side two?
Side
two is the best side.
Well, we'll play side two here in a little bit.
Okay.
That's coming up. Jay, do me a favor. Pull that one out just a little bit, the market a little.
Okay.
And we'll put that back on. I'll continue with a little bit of what I picked up for Dig of the Week here. Let me just scroll through some of this. How about a little, man, this is Santana, say that for me.
Caravanserai, maybe?
It's from like 72?
Does he still call himself the Mahavishnu, or not the Mahavishnu, the Depadev, Carlos Santana?
I don't know. So from what I know from
Davidep.
What I know about this record is this marks the departure from Santana doing more what would be considered poppy, psych, rock and roll type records.
Okay.
And he starts venturing into more of the jazz fusion type areas.
Well, you know, he spent time with John McLaughlin and
that probably inspired him.
And that dude.
Who the hell wouldn't that inspire?
The two of them spent time with that dude.
Oh, the Yogi?
Yogi Berra. You see a fork in the road, take it.
It's not over until it's over.
I'm pretty sure they say Yo Job.
They took that knowledge from Yogi Berra
Yo
and
Job.
went on to produce the music that they did.
So it's cool. We listened to, I think, a side of that last night. No, maybe I'll just listen to a clip of it on the internet.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And not necessarily like the early Santana.
It's a little like John McLaughlin.
It is. It's starting to point toward that
They
jazz
have different
fusion
styles of play,
area,
of course.
but they work well together.
They really work.
He's not on that record, but still. Man, I thought for sure this was going to be a dud in terms of quality. This is Night Train Volume 2 by the Oscar Peterson Trio, which is like 67, I believe.
On the Verve?
It's on the Verve. Compilation.
I love the Verve.
I think it's 67. And this is split on both sides.
So you
can pull the record out whichever side. So I figured
that's kind of convenient. Actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that guy on the back there.
Show the picture of Oscar on the back. It's really cool.
Yeah, I thought for sure this was going to sound like shit. And to be honest, it was $2. But all these records are $2 from both Steve Fever and I. They're all $2.
Yeah.
And but we actually played this early on in the program this evening, and sounds great. I'm really impressed at how good that sounds, because I just thought for sure having the cover split that bad, and it looked a little like, I don't know, it's going to sound terrible, but it doesn't. It was great. It was fantastic. How about a little Chase? Now, this is my second Chase record. Pick this up for
I've
$2.
got 2. No, I don't have that one though.
Chase, really horn-driven.
Trumpet guy. Chase is a trumpet player.
In your face, trumpet. That's what he does.
Maynard Ferguson, kind of.
All the time. It's like, like all the time.
Yeah.
And it's great though. And this is, I think they played
Have
it
you heard it
Woodstock.
yet?
I did. I listened to side 1 last night. It's really good. We're gonna have to play that.
Okay.
It's really good. Which is weird
I want
because
to hear side 2. It's got Cronus, Zeus, Poseidon, Aphrodite, and Hades.
wow.
Yeah.
There we go.
Whatever.
You know, I played. I'd found one in a store once before that was an album I wasn't familiar with, and I had the guy put it on, and we listened to it in the store, and I was like, I don't want this. It almost sounded like reggae, I think. No.
Reggae.
It was something else, but it was really weird sounding. I'm like, what are they doing? And the other Chase record, I got the first one. It's Gold, where he's pointing a horn like
Yeah.
up like.
Hey, Jake, Ryan, give me that other cider if you don't mind.
He was killing it though. He was killing it. And the other one that I listened to was like not so much. That one I took a stab for $2. I'll definitely take a stab on it, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Really good, really good. So I'm looking forward to playing the other side for you folks. Maybe we'll play side 1 again. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I picked this up based on the fact that you had picked this up before. Book of Talisian?
I think it's Talisi.
Talisen?
Talisi.
It's the second Deep Purple studio album. Another one that's like, geez, look at this.
Yeah, flappy.
It's flappy. It's a convertible cover. The cover comes off, but it was $2.
It's
It had
1968. Is it tetragramma? Yeah.
It's the gray
Tetragrammaton.
tetragrammer with the blue little logo on
Yeah,
it.
Shades of Deep Purple is the first album. This is the second.
It's not in the best shape. I played side
See
1
how it's
last
good?
night.
Taking notes. This is from a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, always makes fun of this guy. Oh, he's over there making his notes.
You know, I should have known. I should have realized after the fact, but it actually says on the back. I
love that.
It says on the back in handwriting. Okay, Jay, take it easy.
This record
It says this record has
had it. But you know what? I'm glad you picked it up. Just to listen to it, knowing it will ferment in your mind. I gotta pick this up when I see it in better
Right.
shape.
I would much rather pick.
It's okay to pick up a dirty record when it's for that reason only.
And we got-
don't spend more than $2 though.
Right, and we've got a needle that's like kind of on its last legs. So we'll play it on that cartridge over there and get a good idea of it. And like, oh, cool. I would love to pick a better copy of this up later. And you know, the better conditioned copies are actually worth quite a bit.
Cool.
So I will pick that up because I've heard your copy. And actually, I get past a few songs on this one. It doesn't sound so bad, but it's not bad. I don't know if we'll play it on the air. It's worth $2, man. Hell, that's what you pay for a damn soda pop. All you damn store stoppers, you'll pay that for a soda pop. I'll pay it for a damn Deep Purple LP.
What else you got?
Jesus Christ.
Superstar.
What do we got here? A little Spooky Tooth.
I don't know much about them.
Okay, Spooky Tooth. This is from 72 or 73. It says on the front 73. It was originally going for $15.
What kind of band is that?
It's got. I tell you
Blues?
what. The thing about Spooky Tooth, it's real crunchy, heavy. I would put it kind of in the mountain kind of vein of things. Kind of real stoner rock kind of
Power.
But it's got some roots in there. It's got some little blues influence in there. It's got Gary Wright in it, known for doing Dreamweaver. You know, everybody knows Gary Wright for doing Dream. Yeah, everybody knows that jam.
Like
and so
Gary Wright plays on an album that I picked up too.
Gary Wright was in there doing some organ and some vocals and some stuff. So you got some more stuff to talk about?
I do.
I'll save a couple of mine for
Okay, I'll go through a few more.
Okay, Steve,
I'll go
tell
through
me
a few
about
more.
it. Tell me about your music record.
You have
Steve
this
Jones.
one, and I have a couple of Mahavishnu Orchestra albums.
Oh, that's a skinny.
This is
breezy
funny
guy.
because it's Mahavishnu Orchestra, and it's also John McLaughlin, Inner Worlds. And I guess at this time, John McLaughlin had kind of been breaking out from Mahavishnu, so they want to put his name on there as well. But it's a Mahavishnu Orchestra album.
It's good.
It's a great album. I wanted to get it. You had, and I heard it, and I loved it. So I picked this one up in a trade with one you'll talk about a little later. But this is Cat Stevens' very young and early songs.
Yeah.
From 1972. It's a it's a Darum release, a compilation of the stuff he had done in the late 60s. It came out in 72.
1972.
How about this one? I see this one a few times out, and I finally decided I wanted to have it.
Yeah, Cameron's
It's the
got that
Monkees, Pisces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones Limited from 1967 on Cold Gems, a corny label, but you know, it's the Monkees. Hey, it's the Monkees.
They
Okay?
wanted to play their own instrument.
Very proud. This one's in really good shape. Iron Butterfly's Ball album.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Man.
1969 Atco.
You
Very
talk
nice
about records,
psych
Steve.
record.
I'm gonna eat a pickled okra instead.
And then a few weeks, the day after our last show, I went to another Goodwill, picked up a couple Fleetwood Macs. I got another copy of Future Games. I had a promo copy. I got the one you have now, the other copy, the green album cover. And,
Love Future Games.
I also picked up, this cover is in real bad shape. It's Fleetwood Mac's Then Play On album. Kind of hard to find. It's not out there a whole lot. You know,
I don't have that one now.
I love the cover.
Yeah, very cool.
From 1969. This is a 1970 reissue. I guess they're like, hey, let's get. What happened, I think, was the 69 version only came out in the UK, and it did pretty well. So they reissued it in the US. This is a US version reissue.
Very cool.
I got two more to talk about, but if you want to go ahead, or I'll go ahead if you want me to.
No, I'll finish.
I don't care.
I'll do my stack,
I don't
Steve.
care.
So you were talking about
Who's
a
the
trade.
home team here?
So, as we know, last week, Jay had brought over a Fishbone record. I'm a huge Fishbone fan. I have never seen a Fishbone record out in the wild.
That was their first
at all.
Their first
ever.
release.
The first EP. I think they had some stuff before that.
Okay.
It's an EP, and that clued us in. That made me start thinking, like, when's the last time we've been in that spot? We're like, oh, it's been a while. So we gotta go check that spot out. So we go over there. We found all this shit that we're talking about this week, and I also found another Fishbone.
Well, I found it.
You found it, and this was the
The
trade.
Cat Stevens album. I found this, and I said he really wants this. I want it, but he really wants this. So I said, trade you on the spot. What do you got there? Blah 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 blah. Cat Stevens.
And I think I would have enjoyed that Cat Stevens. It would have been cool having.
I haven't listened to it,
but I want all the Fishbone I can find. And but you know, this is '87 Fishbone. What's this called? It's a Wonderful Life. Gonna have a good time, and a parenthetical statement on there. And this is an EP. There's 2 songs on each side, and it's in great shape. You can tell it's the same cat that had the other one, no doubt, because I've never seen.
Did you see this one?
Yeah.
Was it the same place? It
So,
wasn't.
okay.
Confirming that, the man without the microphone says it wasn't the same place.
So I'm looking forward to hearing that. Man, I love Fishbone. I love everything they do. We got back cover. That's cool, man. Love Fishbone. My man James played in the band with me. He's a big Fishbone fan. And something I'm really proud to have picked up is Tower of Power, self-titled. Warner, I can't remember what year this is. 72, 73? What is the song?
I forget. I forget.
But it's, man, it is so 73. 73. Hell, I was right in the damn pocket, baby. You know it? Shit. Tower of Power, self-titled, vinyl and cover in immaculate shape. This record jams, and you all know it. You know it.
It's a great record.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I picked it up, and it's a wonderful record.
Really stoked to pick that up for $2. What else you got?
Crappy
Steve?
cover. I mean, artwork-wise. but
Yeah, it's
still,
kinda
it's
weird.
a great record.
Yeah, it is
just a couple more things real
Tell
quick.
me about it. Do that one last.
Okay, I'll do that one last.
Do it last.
I'm real proud to have this. This is George Harrison's "All Things Must Pass." I'm just going to give you the cover because it's a 3-album box. Basically, when George Harrison put this album out, he says he was constipated for years artistically by the Beatles. He was only given 2 songs per album.
I don't know where we're going with that.
He had tons of music that and he played these songs. The producer on this album is Phil Spector, and he played them for me.
Sure.
Phil Spector couldn't believe how much material he had accumulated over the years. Just for instance, just the song "Isn't It a Pity," which is my favorite album on the song. Isn't it a pity? Isn't it a shame? 1966. He had pitched it to go on the Revolver album, and John Lennon
Really?
said no. So he had tons of material. So it's 3 albums. It came out in 1970. This is by many critics the best solo of the Beatles albums there is.
Wow.
And I want to show, it's on Apple Records, so you've seen the Apple label. These are cool because they're a little different apple. This one's like a red apple, the first one. The second one is also a red apple. The third one's cool. It's the third album.
Oh, wow.
The studio material's on 1 and 2. And the third album's called Apple Jam, and it's got its own little artwork. You want to show this real quick? And it's in really good shape. The cover itself is in such a bad shape that I don't even want to hand it up.
Huh.
It's so big and thick, and all the spines are broke.
Yeah.
But the records themselves are in great
Wow, I'd like to have
shape. So
some.
you know, this album came out in 1970, and it's Apple Records. Delaney and Bonnie played on Eric Clapton. Klaus Vorman, who was the artist for Revolver, he played bass.
Oh, yeah.
He
Little
played a lot
guys.
of bass for John Lennon.
Yeah.
Ringo Starr, Badfinger, the guys from Badfinger play on this album too. So
Really?
This is one of my really, really proud moments to have pick this up, to be in good shape. The cover sucks, but you know, I thought about just making a box and putting this on
Yeah,
top
that's-
of it.
Hot
Or
glue
something.
to glue it back together.
$2 for all 3 of them. Yeah.
Wow, that's
And
awesome.
last but not least,
Okay, now rub this one in now. Oh my
Okay,
God, I'm
this-
throwing up.
this is Blues Magoos
I'm throwing up.
from 1966.
Ah,
Psychedelic Lollipop.
ah,
Yep.
Mikey, likey.
Yeah. These guys are from the Bronx. This is on Mercury. This is their debut album, and it's one of the early Psych records. And it's got a song called "We Ain't Got Nothing Yet," which was the first song on the album. It took off. I think that it was like in the top 10 on the country. So you know, it was one of those. They kind of hit and then missed and kind of disappeared, but a great record. And
Wow.
It stood the test of time, and critics actually say the other songs aren't. Because sometimes some of these bands would come out, would hit with a song, and the rest of the album would be kind of wow.
Yeah, out there. Yeah.
But this is a pretty solid album.
Wow.
Yeah, so
And
very proud. Very.
I know
happy.
you were kind of, when we found it on the spot, or you found it on the spot, and I was like, oh, damn it.
Yeah, I kind of.
But you were kind of concerned about the shape.
Well, I played it at home, and
Okay.
it's a little noisy. It's not in pristine condition. It's not.
Sure.
I looked on some of the Discogs prices, like for those who are in really good shape are going for like $75.
Oh,
up
wow.
there, you know, I mean, this is a little dirty, but it's still playable, and it's playable enough to play on the show tonight. I like to play
Okay,
it
cool.
after the show.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys are on Ustream, you're gonna get a real treat. So
Hell yeah. Dude.
yeah, after the show. No,
That's
after the show,
fantastic.
Jackie.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's wrap up this edition of Dig of the Week. All this damn yapping, I'll tell you what, man.
We had a lot of records to go through.
There was a lot of records, and we zipped through them pretty damn square, I'll tell you what. That's some good square licking there. I got okra caught up in my teeth and whatnot.
Hey, that okra's good.
It is. Get you another one of those.
One more. You can eat the stem and everything.
Yeah, you
It's
can.
just pickled. You can pickle anything.
Yeah,
the
you
whole
can.
thing.
Tell you what. Okay. So we're going to go straight into a soda speak because I'm so thirsty I can't stand it. I'm out of beer, so we're going to go into a soda. Now, the thing about this week's soda speak is when we opened up the...
There's not much left.
well, we opened up the refrigerator, freezer, because we're trying to
Refrigerator.
cool it down
We gotta give
quick.
them color TV. Boom, 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 boom.
We gotta move those microwave TVs.
Come on, Steve. We got a little ginger beer. This is from Cock and Bull.
Got enough left over to give it a taste.
Couple of pulls. So this is a natural ginger flavor. It's caffeine free. Where are these folks out of? What does it say to do with it?
Alabama.
Cock and Bull.
I can't read that. What's that say? Man, my visions.
Use your vision.
How to make a Moscow Mule.
Oh, it's
A jigger of vodka,
Jigger.
1.5 ounces.
inappropriate.
The juice of a half a lime, ice cubes, and ice cold Cock and Bull ginger beer.
That is-
Drop in 1/2 squeezed lime, stir gently.
Oh,
Cock and Bull.
that'd be
that's
good.
the part
Ginger beer.
that
It says,
everybody-
since 1946, the extra ginger soft drink. Natural ginger, caffeine free. Sorry about it.
Yeah.
Well, most ginger.
We like a good ginger beer, a good ginger ale, ginger beer. So even though this one hit the floor, and I'll tell you what, it hit the floor and it didn't damn break. It didn't
I
break.
wish I
It
could
just
detach the mic and let it hear
Wow,
how
that's,
sticky the floor is now.
the top just popped off
Yeah.
It's not very carbonated.
because we
Three-quarters
busted
of it
it.
poured out.
Oh, is that what? Is that why? It wouldn't
That's
go
the
flat
one.
that quick.
Yeah.
We had to get a
'Cause
towel to clean
As
it up.
violent as you, because right now your kitchen floor is as sticky as all get
Let's
out.
Very
focus on just the flavor, not necessarily the
Oh,
level
it's
of
a
carbonation.
nice ginger flavor. It's like the ginger you get at the
Envelope that bottle.
when you're at the what do you call it?
That's good.
Sushi. When you're having sushi, it's that kind of ginger. Think of
Oh, that's good.
think of the sushi ginger.
I tell you what it reminds me of is Blenheim's.
Well, no,
That's hot. That's a hot ginger. It really is, dude. I don't know if you got a
Okay.
proper pull. That's a pretty hot ginger. That's the second hottest ginger ale I've ever had
Not
beside the
not
Blenheim's.
the red top.
No. It's between the normal Blenheim's ginger ale
Okay,
and the hot.
because the normal
That's
is
spicy.
Got some heat.
That's spicy.
That's a spicy meatball.
Spicy.
That's really good. That's a really good ginger ale. Let's hold that guy. Somebody hold that bottle up to the camera there, so folks can know when they, if you're out in your local groceteria and you
I think we picked this up at World Market.
if you run into that, folks,
They like to show off a bunch of different
and
brands.
you like a nice spicy ginger ale,
How about some cock and bull?
how about some cock and bull? Jesus, that's good. That's good time business right there. Seriously, I'm real impressed with that. Even though this shit hit the floor for real.
It
Hit the
did.
floor, spilled out, didn't
Why
break.
did it hit the floor? What were you doing in the freezer?
Actually,
No. You had it propped up, so when I
That's
opened it,
wrong.
it went ka-chonga.
Oh.
Yeah, it, just,
Oh.
it was just
Somebody
lean to get
else's
something.
Oh,
It was just
okay.
lean to get
It's my
something
fault.
stupid. It was
It's my
lean to get
fault.
something stupid. That's all right.
some
There ain't nothing wrong with that though. That's good.
Frozen
Let's
taters.
wrap up this, so to speak, and we're going to take this opportunity to get right into a damn chip chat. And we got quite a hodgepodge of chips to go through this week.
Not all chips.
Not all chips. Got a good variety of things. And we're just gonna get right into it.
Yeah.
What's going to be our open bag special for this evening? A rare appearance, and also our open bag special.
Is this popcorn?
This is popcorn.
Do we ever talk about popcorn?
We very rarely talk about popcorn. I like the way a good bagged popcorn tastes.
I do.
It's got a certain thing about it.
it's got a certain saltness.
It's got a certain artificial zing to it. And
When I was in third grade, we had a fair at the school, and after the fair, they had us
more like an unfair.
they had us leftover popcorn. I bought a bag for $1 that stood up in my room about this high.
How long did it take you to eat it?
I was
2 weeks?
I was eating on it for months.
I once bought one of those big sugar daddies.
Yeah. No, we
It
want
took
them.
me 2 months.
We want them.
It took me 2 months to eat it.
A sugar daddy this big, folks.
It had hair all over it.
Yeah.
You would like eat.
Cat hair.
You would lick on it until your teeth hurt real bad, and then you would put the thing back on it and sit it on top of the refrigerator,
Popcorn's pretty good here.
the wrapper, and then like 2 days later you'd pull the thing off and peel the wrapper back off and lick on it for 2 more hours until your teeth hurt, and then put the wrapper on it and sit it up there, and it would last like a month. Who the hell thought that was a good idea?
Bacteria.
terrible. But in all
So
seriousness,
this is what? Utz?
This is Utz cheddar popcorn, and it come from our
Because we're
good.
sitting here eating it and not telling people what we're doing.
It came from our good friend Agent X. Now, Agent X has made several appearances here on the show with little presents and whatnot. Prefers to not be named by name, so we'll
You will
keep
never
it that way.
see. You will never see Agent X.
You will never see or hear of Agent X.
If you do, you may not be alive the next day.
That is true. He's a good friend of the program, but he does not play around. He is not one you're going to want to play around with. So we appreciate
Hey.
him hooking us up with
Hey,
this.
that's me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good stuff. Keep it moving. Something else a little different, not necessarily in the chip world. These are pretzel chips.
Well, we ventured into
Totally in
pretzels
chip
last
world.
week, didn't we?
It's true. No, those are corn.
Oh, that's right. It's a pretzel company. I keep mixing that up.
The Hanover's corn
Snyder
nugget
of
thing.
Hanover's. But these are pretzels. Here we go again.
You gotta clear your throat.
You get some corn back in your popcorn back in
I'm
your
all right. I'm all right. Pretzel crisps. Thin, crunchy pretzel crackers, it says. But this is the Buffalo Wing Deli Style. Rethink your pretzel! Exclamation marker is what it says on the front.
They're really trying to reinvent the pretzel.
Crunch them, crack them, dip them, snack them. Man,
Smack them into some.
pretzel crisp are a modern twist on an old favorite. They're the best part of the pretzel. All-time flavor, all the flavor and crunch you love, but lighter, crispier, and more versatile than ever before.
Okay. Versatile.
Our bold and spicy flavors combine the zesty spices with the flat, crunchy perfection of pretzel crisp. With only 110 calories per serving, they're the perfect better-for-you snack.
That's too many words.
One bite and you'll rethink your pretzel. All right, let's rip these off and see what's going on.
One bite. Don't bite it.
That's
more
what
than
they're
once.
saying.
Just take one bite and tell me if you've rethought.
Oh,
your
they're neat looking.
pretzel. Tell me if you've rethought your pretzel.
They're neat looking.
One bite.
Wow.
2 bites.
They taste like a pretzel, but
But they're good.
wow.
What flavor is this?
They're good.
Let's get pass these around, get them up there on the camera though. Very unique chip, if you want to call it a chip.
I'll call it a chip.
Yeah.
If I can hold it like that.
It's a sliced pretzel.
Wow.
Hold one of the individual pretzels off.
Yeah.
They're really
for
good.
real. This is not something that we
It's like a flat pretzel.
It's a flat pretzel that's kind of chippy. This is unlike anything.
Don't you get chippy with me.
This is unlike any snack we've seen here on Grown Man Record Night
It
during Chip
is
Chat.
delicious.
Man, right now I'll put it in the top 50 of chips in each side.
Oh yeah, I'll put it in top 25.
That's good. And very thin and crispy. Wow.
Combos.
That is
Yeah.
unique. Definitely
Combos.
unique. I want to throw last week I made a mistake.
Yeah, you did. You better hurry up.
When we talked about the Cape Cod chips, the Buffalo Cheddar.
Oh, I thought you were about Canterbury.
No, we talked. Yeah, there's these bands from England, and they had this style of music, and they were Cambridge. Yeah, it's Canterbury. We know that.
And by the way, you were talking about Philip. What's his name?
Anthony Phillips?
Genesis
Wow.
is not part of that scene. Genesis was not part of the.
Not part of Canterbury?
Not part of the Canterbury scene. So
Okay.
please do not shoot us.
We don't want to sign our VC death warrant. You start
We
screwing
were
with.
really messing with Genesis.
You
last
start
time.
screwing with Genesis.
Yeah.
You said you didn't like them.
Don't say that.
No, you said.
I didn't say that.
I hate Genesis, and
I never said that.
that's what happens, dude. No, but we mentioned the Kettle brand. No, I'm sorry, Cape Cod brand waffle chips that were buffalo and cheddar, and we had them on the show, and they weren't all that great. They were weird tasting.
But you know what? That day
We killed them.
We did those cheese, corn, Snyder Hanovers, and those things were so good.
We may have been on chip overload, but the thing was, Dr. Deadwax had talked about it. He had recommended those chips
and you forgot.
like a week before.
Dude,
You
He
kind
was
of
like-
saw him on a spree, like,
he was
oh,
like-
I need some chips.
He was like, check these out, but it was like late
dude,
night. So
you were totally on chip overload. Seriously.
yeah,
They
but
were way good.
yeah, but
Overload.
But the week before,
Wait a
he
minute.
had,
Wait a minute.
He had recommended them, and I was like, I think it was late night, and I'm like, okay, I'll check those out. And then like the next week, I'm in the store, and I need a chip, or we're gonna be like short on chips because we were short on chips. And I see him in the store, and I'm like, oh, look at this, and I see him like it's the first time I've ever heard about him. He actually hipped us to him. So I want to give credit where credit's due.
And they were way better than you thought.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, the next day,
Hold
we
on.
killed him. We killed him.
Hold on.
So how about another?
But
Cape,
you know what?
How about another Cape Cod chip?
I don't want you to be influenced by others
No,
on
no,
your
no.
opinion of a chip.
No, it was
Are you rescinding what you said about this chip?
Oh no! I feel
Because
like
what you said is they're too expensive.
yes,
But if they're on sale, pick them up.
absolutely. No, I stick by that. And I still think the flavor, when I hear buffalo and cheddar together, two of my favorite flavors. I expected a little more out of it. It had that like back of the throat, like throw up thing going on.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When you're throwing up and it's got that like like burn going on back
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It kind of had that thing going on. Which powdery, maltodextrin-based buffalo type chips can do that.
Okay.
Because that powder is so intense and sharp. You know what I mean? I can see that. But they weren't bad. And the next day when I woke up and I ate a sandwich and I killed them. You know, like for lunch. But anyhow. But no. Absolutely not.
No.
Nobody influences Monkey Bananas on his chip predictions. This is another Cape Cod kettle cooked potato chips, aged white cheddar and sour cream. So maybe a variation on like cheddar and sour cream, which we know from the Ruffles family.
But this is aged white.
A little more refined Cape Cod type
Well,
flavor.
another definition of it.
Oh yeah. More of a kettle flavor than what you're used to from the cheddar and sour cream family.
Okay, a kettle.
Very good. Jesus Christ, those are good.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ in an empty tomb, those are good. Wow. That's a really good chip, folks. Now, your Cape Cods, you're going to want to catch those on sale. They can be a little more expensive. Of course, we spare no expense here on Grown Man Record Night. So, wow. Those are real good. One of the better chips I can remember having in a little while, to be honest.
You're right. It's a lot like a cheddar sour cream, but you got that kettle thing going on.
Right. Tastes a little crisper, a little fresher. It's got a little, it tastes a little more organic. Although it's not.
How about a shout out to Boss Man who's down at the beach right now.
Yeah.
Probably looking at the ocean as we speak.
Boss Man's doing big things down on the coast, so we look forward to having him back here shortly. He hadn't been on the show in quite a while, so we're going to bring him back. Let's wrap up this edition of Chip Chat. We've had some popcorn from Agent X. We've had pretzel crisp. We've had a high dollar Cape Cod chip. We got pickled okra. Man,
That album's still playing?
I tell you what, man.
That thing's a long album.
I tell you what, this has been a hell of a show. And so we appreciate everybody joining us here for our Grown Man Record Night Easter special. We played a couple of great gospel and Jesus-related records this
I would
evening.
cue something else up, something that
Because
rocks.
Jesus is the reason for the season of the witch. And we appreciate everybody joining us. It's been a good time. And this is the place to be on Friday nights.
You know, there's only one book in the gospel where Jesus says, "I am the Son of God." Only one book. The others
And they
don't
made it
mention that.
The Book of Slayer.
Everyone ran with it.
The Book of Slayer.
Only one book.
Which one?
John.
My
Same
favorite
guy.
is,
Same guy who wrote the
favorite is
last
Luke.
book.
Luke is my favorite because it's a little different.
My name is Luca.
I live on the second floor.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us for Grown Men Record Night. We had a great time. We hope you have a great Easter weekend. Hope you've got a couple of days off to enjoy some record store day activities, if that's your thing, or doing some yard work, or hanging out with your family, or going out and molesting squirrels. If you take a sharpened pencil and you go out and you catch a squirrel, you can hold it down and get it right up in the...
No.
No? Okay. So have fun with your family, have fun with your friends, have a good time, and get ready, get clean and get sharp and go back to work on Monday so you can become a productive member of society.
Be good, but be good to somebody.
Just like Mikey
be
Bananas.
good to somebody. Take
Productive.
your time. Take a little time. Be good to somebody.
Looks like Jesus Christ.
No, I'm not saying anything.
He was
about
good to
this.
people.
Just be good to somebody.
Jesus Christ was good to people. He was good to people.
All right then.
Yeah. So so go out and do that and get ready to go back and be a productive member of society on Monday. For Steve Fever, Cameron, and Jay, Mikey Bananas.
Wear a clean shirt.
Clean shirt. Thanks for joining us for Grown Man Record Night. We'll see you next week with a brand new show. Be sure to check us out on YouTube and Facebook and all that jazz. And so thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Grown Man Record Night. Your mama.
Bye bye.
See ya.